Shabbat Shalom, everyone. How are you? Today's Torah portion is called Balak. Balak means destroyer, and he was a king who wanted to destroy Israel. I'm going to read you the story. So this is the story of Balaam and the king of Moab. Balak, the son of Zippor, was king of the Moabites at that time, and he feared the children of Israel, for he knew of all that they had done to the Amorites. So he sent messengers to Balaam at Pethor in the north, saying, "There is a people come out from Egypt. They cover the whole land and are close to my country. Come, therefore, I beg you, and curse this people for me, so that I may conquer them and drive them out of the land. For I know that he whom you bless is blessed, and he whom you curse is cursed." The elders of Moab and the elders of Midian came to Balaam with Balak's message, and Balaam said to them, "Stay here this night, and I will answer you tomorrow when the Lord has spoken to me." The elders of Moab stayed with Balaam, and God came to Balaam and said, "What are these men with you?" "Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, has sent them to me," Balaam answered, "so that I may help him to drive out a people from Egypt." And God said to Balaam, "You shall not go with them. You shall not curse the people, for they are blessed." Balaam rose up in the morning and said to the messengers of Balak, "Go back to your land. The Lord refuses to let me go with you." And the elders of Moab rose and went back to Balak and told him that Balaam refused to come with them. So Balak sent other messengers, a greater number and more honorable than the first. They came to Balaam and said to him, "We bring a message from Balak the son of Zippor. Let nothing prevent you from coming to me, I beg you, for I will give you very great honors. I will do whatever you tell me. I beg you then to come and curse this people for me." Balaam answered the servants of Balak, saying, "If Balak were to give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the word of the Lord to do less or more. So I ask you also to stay here this night, so that I may know what the Lord will say further to me." Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Didn't God already tell him, no, don't go with him? And yet new messengers come, and they have more gifts for Balaam. So now, instead of staying with God's first answer, now Balaam says, well, stay another night, and I'll ask God again. Do we ever do that with our mom and dad? When we ask them for something and they tell us no, do we keep bugging them until they say yes? Is that a godly thing to do? Probably not. Let's keep reading. And God came to Balaam at night and said to him, "If the men come to call you, rise up and go with them, but you shall do as I shall tell you." And Balaam rose up in the morning and saddled his donkey and went with the princes of Moab. And God was angry because he went. So the angel of the Lord stood in the way to oppose him. Now Balaam was riding upon his donkey, and his two servants were with him, and the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, with his sword drawn in his hand. So the donkey turned aside out of the way and went into the field. Balaam beat his donkey to turn her back onto the path. But the angel of the Lord stood in a path of the vineyards, a wall being on both sides. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she pushed herself against the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall. So Balaam beat his donkey again. The angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow place where there was no way to turn either to the right or to the left. And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she fell down under Balaam. Balaam was still more angry, and he beat his donkey with a staff. Then the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, and she spoke to Balaam and said, "What have I done to you that you have beaten me these 3 times?" Balaam said to his donkey, "Because you have mocked me. I wish there were a sword in my hand, for now I would kill you." Then the donkey said to Balaam, "Am I not
at your donkey, upon which you have ridden ever since I became yours? Have I ever treated you so before, huh?"
"No," said Balaam. The donkey probably also never spoke to him before either. So God opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way with his sword drawn in his hand. And he bowed his head and fell flat on his face. And the angel of the Lord said to him, "Why have you beaten your donkey these 3 times? I went out to oppose you because your way is against me. The donkey saw me and turned from me these 3 times. If she had not turned from me, I would surely have killed you and saved her life." Balaam said to the angel of the Lord, "I have sinned, for I did not know that you were standing in the way against me. So now if it displeases you, I will go back again." "If it displeases you." Very interesting choice of thoughts, Balaam. You already know that it displeases the Lord. But the angel of the Lord said to Balaam, "Go with the men, but you shall speak only the words that I tell you." So Balaam went, and Balak was disappointed, because no matter where they went, and they went to 3 different places, no matter where they went and sacrificed, the only words that came out of Balaam's mouth were blessings over Israel. Now, Balak had him continue to move from one spot to another because, in his mind, the deities, the gods, were territorial. So if they kept moving around, maybe there would be a place where Adonai wouldn't put his words in Balaam's mouth. Yet we know that Adonai is king and creator and sovereign over the whole world. So there is nowhere we can go where his will is not going to be done when he wants it done. Therefore, the only words that came out of Balaam's mouth were blessings. And in fact, in the last one, there was a beautiful blessing that foretold the coming of Yeshua, our Messiah. And he said, "There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall strike the land of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. Edom shall be conquered, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come a man of great power, and he shall destroy all that remains of the city." Then Balaam rose and returned to his own country, and Balak also went his way. Shabbat shalom, everyone.